What is up, guys? It is your boy Crazy Whiz, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm going to be showing you how you can fix your pictures with bad lighting, which means too much lighting. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, as you can see, we're in Photoshop right now. So the first thing you want to do is import your picture, of course. So we're just going to go to File, and we're going to go to, let's go to Open. Alright guys, as you can see, we have the picture open, and by looking at this picture, you can see that we have too much lighting. You can barely see the person because there's too much light. So we're going to try to edit this and make it look really nice. Alright. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to unlock this layer by double clicking it. I'll just click cancel if this pops up. And the first thing we want to do is we're going to go to exposure. So we want to we're going to turn down the exposure just a little bit. Or like -78, -80, something like that. -0.78. And then the offset, we're going to turn that down just a little bit too. We're going to turn it down to -1 something. And then the gamma correction, alright, so the gamma correction, we're going to put this at 83. Bam. Alright, so this looks really nice. So far, we have the exposure on the picture. And the next thing we want to do is we're going to go to vibrance. There you go. Bam. And we're just going to mess with the vibrance and not the saturation. So we're going to turn up the vibrance. If you can see, if we turn it down, the picture is going to turn into some kind of like a black and white picture. We're going to turn it up to about the 45. So this seems pretty good depending on the picture, but 45 seems pretty good. Now we're going to go into brightness and contrast, and we're going to turn down the brightness just a tiny bit because this is kind of like too bright. And the contrast, we're going to turn it up just a tiny bit to about a 14, and that's good. And then now we're going to go to curves. There you go. Bam. Okay, now that we're at the curves, we're kind of like turn this down a bit and then up a tiny bit. And we're gonna go right here on the bottom, move this a bit like that. There you go. So at the top, we're just gonna move this little S down to about right here, just like that. All right, so you can kind of like see what I did here. All right, now we're gonna go here and click green, and we're gonna move this bottom part just a tiny bit. We don't want to get the face, we just kind of like want to get the grass to look a little green. There you go. Bam. And if you don't have any grass, don't worry, you don't have to do this part. Now we're going to go over to the last part, which is going to be the color balance. There you go. Okay. So we're just going to mess with, let's go to this green. So we're just going to move to green to about a 3, between 3 and 5. So I'm going to put this at like, 4. All right. This looks nice. And, we're going to turn up, the blue just a tiny bit. So about, let's say the same, a 5. There you go. And, as you can see, we still can't see the sun. So what we can do is that we can use, we can do like a sky replacement. So we can go ahead and find an image of the sky and, place it in here. So we're just going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and go to Google and look up for, sky images, and then I'll try to put it in there. All right. There you go, guys. So we're just going to move this up to about right here. Right above the trees, because I have some trees in the background. So I'm going to move this to about right here. All right, looks good. Click enter. All right, so that looks cool. And so I'm just going to try to blend in. As you can see this straight line here. So I'm going to get rid of that by blending it in. So I'm just going to right click right here. And I am going to rasterize this. All right, so now we're going to use, we're going to go ahead and grab the brush tool. And we're going to make the brush really small. Like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and pick white for this part. So let's go ahead and pick a white color. So let's go right here, change that to white, and change the opacity almost all the way down to about a 15, 17. That is 15. And now we're just going to brush this like that. Now let's use a blue color. So this kind of looks like sky blue, like that. Okay, it looks good. And we're just going to kind of like paint over this. You can double click. You can kind of like double click just to add more paint to it. All right, there you go. All right, so this is what it looks like right now. Let's just rename this to sky. There you go. It looks pretty good. All right, once you do this, we're gonna turn down the opacity of the sky. So let's go right here, and we're gonna kind of like turn this down a bit. like that. So 50 seems about pretty good. So let's turn this to about 50. Alright, hit enter. So as you can see, it kind of like blends in with this. We're just gonna merge everything together. So click the layer with the picture, right click and merge visible. So as you can see, everything is merged together. And the last thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna go back to curves one more time. And I'm basically gonna kind of like turn it down a bit like that. And then turn up the highlights, there you go, to about right here. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And the last thing I want to be doing is go back to exposure, and I'm gonna turn this up a bit like that to about an 11. And that's good. And I'm just gonna merge this one more time together. Merge visible, there you go. And I'm also gonna make a new layer right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and select my paintbrush. There you go, looks pretty good. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and change the brush size, and we're gonna change it to this soft brush. We're just gonna select this brush right here, there you go. Increase the size, and we're just gonna paint over this, like that. Just click on it, just like that. So this is it, guys, and we're just gonna merge everything together one more time. There you go. So this is what we have, and I'm gonna do it like a before and after right here. I'm just gonna insert it right here so that you can see the difference that we have done. So we can do a lot more to this picture, but I don't want to make this tutorial really long. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you liked it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button below. And also make sure to hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I'm out. Peace.